What's up, you guys? It's your girl Monet Araya here. Today, I wanted to basically give you guys a background of why I started Monet Araya, why I started uploading inspirational videos and motivational content. And basically, it initiated with me basically being tired of being in a dead end job and not living my life purpose or the passion that I have for helping people. And so the poetry that I wrote was real life experiences that I went through um, every day about 6 years ago. So everything that I wrote about in my book here called Poetic Monday, Real Life Through Poetry One Monday at a Time, I lived it. And instead of using I would use we so that I could relate to you guys because I'm sure that I'm not the only person that has struggled with self identity, self worth, validation, um, heartbreak in relationships, and really trying to find the meaning in life. So I took a stand for me and I took a leap of faith um, into doing something that scared me at the time, which was really, sharing my poetry. And I remember my best friend telling me, you know, my best friend told me that I was selfish for not sharing my poetry because it could help people. So reluctantly, I listened, once I hit a certain point in my life about 6, 7 years ago. And yeah, that was the birth of Monet Araya. A lot of you may know me as Janelle in my personal life. My name is Janelle Monet, and as you know, that's a very successful R&B singer. So I had to kind of come up with a writer's name, right? So today I wanted to just share something with you guys to let you know why I started Monet Araya and basically what type of content you can expect from this page. So I'm just going to read this little thing that I got here. And yeah. So the year was 2014, and I believe 2014 was my transitioning year. The year started off with me having the courage to fulfill my passion, even though I had no idea how to sail uncharted waters. 2014 was the year I learned how to capitalize on heartbreak and use that energy to fuel my ambitions. It was in the process of letting go that I learned how to take hold of the things that mattered, like keeping God first and being obedient to the calling that God had placed on my life. It was through my pain that I learned how to breathe again and see my own strength. Sometimes our vision gets clouded when we hold on to something that we think we want. That sound familiar? Even though that thing is draining the very life out of us, it was in my darkest days that I was able to see the light. I was able to see that I was searching for support and validation outside of myself, when really I should have been looking within my own strength the entire time. But I was afraid to conquer my fears alone. That sound familiar also? So one day, I woke up and decided not to let fear destroy my life or my future anymore. So I took a leap of faith and submitted to the course of my destiny. That day, I decided to believe in me without fear of failure or acceptance. I took a stand to give my best to myself because I deserved a better me. So in 2014, I decided to use my gift of words to empower not only myself, but anyone who would listen. I decided to stop being afraid to step out of my comfort zone and finally strive for greatness. So that is what has inspired me to start Monet Araya, is basically living on purpose, living my life on purpose, and being more intentional with my decisions and the trajectory of my life. Um, so yeah, like a lot of times we may feel like we have to put on a certain facade just to succeed in life, when really all you have to do is bet on yourself. In society that we live in, and especially in America, there's this high importance placed on going to school to get a degree. There's a high importance placed on being married by a certain age. There's a high importance put on having kids by a certain age. But no one really teaches you about stability, personal stability, as far as our mental health, our emotional health, our spiritual health, our financial health, and just producing a very healthy environment. Very seldomly, do our parents or guardians or, older siblings teach us that. And so what I want to do is provide insight into the way how I became healthy and the lessons that I learned. And, I thank God that I was subjected to, older people, young, who really taught me some really good hard truths about life and how to structure my finances, right? And how to stay away from different people. Because when you're young and dumb, you just don't know any better, And then when you get old and you've done, well, how much time you got left? Really, to stay the same. Can you really afford not to change? Can you really afford to, stay committed to a dead-end job that's killing you? I don't think so. I don't think anyone can afford that. I don't think anyone can afford not to leap and go after their dreams and their aspirations. And a lot of times we let fear, we let the unknown stop us. We let the fact that we may not be as experienced or seasoned in a certain area. And it's like, put in the work and learn. Get out of your comfort zone. You know the qualities that you have within yourself. You know what you believe about yourself. If you feel like you are not worthy to be a successful manager, a successful director, a successful entrepreneur, to be loved properly, then guess what? You are absolutely right. You do not deserve those things if you do not believe you are worthy of them. If you believe you are worthy of being properly loved, of being successful, of having, peace in your life and a healthy environment, then you are right. But it's not going to happen overnight. It takes work. It takes determination to really build the life that you want for yourself. It takes you really diving into learning who you are, understanding why you are the way that you are. And when you discover things that scare you about yourself, how do you handle it? Do you run and say, yo, this is freaking me out? Or do you be like, yo, I never even thought that triggered me, or that I was traumatized until I actually looked and addressed it, right? And then do you proceed to do the work, the emotional work, the spiritual work, the mental work, the financial work, the relationship work, the friendship work? A lot of people are stuck in one way and one-sided relationships, one way and one-sided friendships, partnerships. For me, if people aren't adding to my life, you're a liability. People should be assets, right? If I got to pick you up, hold your hand every day, every year, guess what? I'm going to start looking at you as a liability and dead weight simply because you refuse to not grow. That's not fair. It's not fair to your family. It's not fair to your friends. It's not fair to you. If you don't take the time to grow, if you don't take the time to invest in yourself, if you don't take the time to carve out 20 minutes for yourself and your sanity, 10 minutes to meditate, 10 minutes to read, 10 minutes to study for an exam, take a workshop, then really, why are you here? Right? So what I want to say is this: you are worth investing in. You deserve the absolute best. Okay? No matter what family you come from, no matter the mistakes you've made, the decisions, right? You could have taken a promotion that you might not have been ready for, right? That is okay. It's how you reassess the situation now and make the proper changes. So, with that being said, I want to say that February 1st, I will be giving out 2 copies of this book. 2 copies for free to the people who tag 3 people in the comments. Okay? This book, I guarantee you, will transform your life. If you have a teenage daughter, teenage son, college daughter, son, whoever, let me say it again. This book will change their lives. And once again, I'm giving this book, 2 copies of this book away for free on February 1st. Okay? If you tag 3 people in the comments, you'll be entered into a contest to win this book. It's called Poetic Monday, Real Life Through Poetry, One Monday at a Time. Okay? Every word in here came from me. The book cover I designed myself. All right? So, I want to say that. I'm going to leave it at that. I know it's a little late for some and, about dinner time for others. And I just want to say that. Believe in yourself. Trust yourself. Take the leap of faith. Life is about 2 things: risk and regret. You're either going to take the risk of investing in yourself, betting on yourself, doing the things that you want to do for your life, or you're going to live with regrets. Don't live with regrets. Don't do that. All right? So, you guys have a good night. I will see you Monday for Poetic Monday. All right? Take care.